Welcome back, League mates and listeners. It is both your co-hosts here. We know the official winners of the Redraft and Dynasty League, so we're going to be revealing those and how AJ and I's contest went out. So huge thank you to everyone that supported us this season, watching and playing in our leagues. So let's get stuck into it and then fast forward to next year when we can play again.
Quick. Yes. Just as a reminder, these were the final week's matchups in our redraft league, the championship being Ben versus Luke. We both ended up choosing Luke, and that happened to be a good decision because Luke was the victor. It was a pretty close match from what I recall. Not too high
4
scoring,
points.
but not too high scoring, but just wanted to pull up Luke's squad that he did it with. This was his last week's roster. Nothing too crazy. Something I'd want to note, I guess. Zach Charbonnet ended up being like a real, towards the end of the year. Like was a really nice piece to have. So that was something that surprised me this year.
I think the main takeaways from Luke's team was the Jefferson value that he got him at, because everyone thought he was going to be not as good this year. He was just as good. The value that he got JSN at, being like a wide receiver 1, and you got him in like the 9th or 10th round, I think. Kittle being one of the best tight ends, and then Mike Evans was good, and then he had Kenneth Walker and Charbonnet to just kind of solidify that RB2. I mean, Jacobs was on a tear too in the back half. So like Luke's team, the players don't like scream like, "Oh man, this is the championship team," but like when you really dive into it, I think
they were all just
really great draft,
really solid. Yeah, and it was just a good draft in general. I feel like not a lot of moves. I think like Charbonnet he made a draft of Charbonnet.
He did draft Charbonnet. I don't think he made a trade at all.
Yeah, so just a really solid draft. Congrats, Luke, on. Let's move it on to Dynasty. We actually made...
Just to Ben. You were really close, down by 4. You probably could have won this if you didn't play James Conner.
Oh,
that
yeah.
Will forever probably haunt you. A lot of people did that too.
I think that will haunt a lot of people who made that play. So that is tough.
Michael Carter would have won him the week.
Did he have Michael Carter? I know he had picked up.
He had him.
Yeah. Oh, that's brutal. That's brutal. Yeah. You hate to see it. Or love to see it if you're Luke. Depends on the perspective. But moving on to Dynasty, we had completely opposite picks, which in general I liked to see when it first happened because I was down a little bit in the pick'em. But the championship was Sam versus Peter. I think was kind of an unsurprising championship. 2 really strong teams going into the year and 2 strong teams to end of the year. You had Sam as your victor and I had Peter. And Sam did come out with the victory. He talked a lot of smack all year long, and he backed it up with a victory. And that's with James Conner in his lineup.
Yeah, I mean, it is kind of surprising. I mean, it shouldn't be surprising. Like, when the NFL does this, they pick their favorites for the Super Bowl week 1. It's never really those teams unless it's the Chiefs. And it ended up turning out to be our 2 favorite teams. Kind of fun. From a analytical perspective, but yeah, Sam's team definitely deserves it. Peter's team deserved it too, but Sam came out with the win. It looks like Lamar went off and Purdy went off. The quarterback strategy worked to Sam's method. I believe Peter was out of a quarterback too for the championship game because he had Tua and
Garrett Wilson did put up an okay week in place. But a couple dud weeks from Ford and McLaurin, I think that really hurt him.
Yeah, Terry, that really stings.
Yeah,
right there.
Absolutely. But we were talking about it when we were starting. We were saying that Sam should relish this victory. We think because it could be short-lived this high that he has. So
do you have a proposition for him?
I'll keep that offline. I don't want to get too crazy or don't want to air out my trades. We'll see what happens, and if it happens, we'll talk about it. But
third for
congrats,
third.
Sam.
Third for third.
Third for third. Yeah, swap thirds. Let's get it done. But yeah, congrats, Sam. Congrats, Peter, on the good season.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see how Sam tries to come back for that 2-peat with some aging players on his team. Will he get younger? Will he stick with it?
Yeah, it'll be interesting. That's why, we didn't fully mention why we think he should relish it. I mean, he's got a lot of older guys. Tyreek Hill, he's talking crazy right now. Keenan Allen. He wasn't really a whole lot this year, and he's a bit older. James Conner is obviously declining maybe a bit there, getting injured again. Aaron Jones is a little old. I mean, a lot of things can happen with this team. You never know. Never know what it'll be. But congrats again, Sam. And to move on to the final pick'em records. In Dynasty, we talked about how we had the opposite picks. It worked in my favor. I went 3-1, and Dane went 1-3, and that brought me right back into it. And we actually tied. We'll have more on that a bit later.
That shit never worked out for me last year when I was doing that. I was just digging myself a hole.
I know. Cause in Dynasty, I was crushing you last season, and you would always just go opposite. But at that point, our Dynasty League was like all of the underdogs lost and all of the favorites won, and it was not like that.
And then I lost in the redraft record to AJ by 4 games. So I guess picking is not my strong suit, but what my strong suit is the DFS
Yes.
games. I won by 4 weeks in this. These were our final lineups. I couldn't pull up the scoreboard because it disappeared, but my team was on the left, starting with Jordan Love and AJ. It says A-Rich, but you
Was
subbed
Joe
in
Flacco.
Joe Flacco for that. But
It was a close matchup from what I recall. Terry McLaurin obviously was a dud for Peter, was a dud for me. And Alexander Madison shockingly sucked. Who would have thought?
yeah, Marv had a good week for you, but I had Trey McBride who just went berserk.
Nuclear.
So that was nice to have.
Yep.
And since it is 1-1 with a tie in there, AJ and I are tied up. We do not have a victor for our side bites. So what we decided is we're going to hop into our next episode where we're going to be revealing our NFL playoff brackets.
Ooh.
We chose our brackets, and whoever gets more points in that will be the final victor of the side bites. And
Yeehaw.
we'll be eating some tasty bites on camera.
Damn straight. I'm excited to see Dane's bracket. I feel like, you got this. I got this feeling the Packers are probably pretty deep. Who knows where I got them? But we shall see. We appreciate everyone watching and keeping up with our leagues this season. It's been fun. Dane, did you have fun?
Lots of fun. Looking forward to the next season. Gonna get
yeah.
my scouting hat on and
Yep.
creating some
I'm
of that.
absolutely looking forward to the next seasons. I shit the bed everywhere, so looking to have a bounce back year next year, so it can't come soon enough. And that is all I have. Thank you, everyone, again. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you next year.
Sack it like it's Jared Goff.
That's not even next year. We'll see you in the next episode. You got to do the playoff.
Jared Goff.
Sack it like it's Jared Goff.